y'all. Okay. I just want to talk for a second and just be really transparent about how I've been feeling lately. I'm feeling multiple feelings around YouTube and making these videos and having days where I don't know what the point is. I don't know why I'm putting myself out there. But then again, I love it. And so many of you send me amazing messages and you enjoy it. You like my reactions. You like what I do. And I feel like there is healing in all of this, but it's really hard to be on, I guess, camera, but it's more so hard for me to edit lately. I don't know. I went to edit a video last night and I just couldn't because I just didn't like how I looked, and I've been going through a lot of health issues lately that my top tier members know a lot about. But just I can't figure it out exactly what it is. Like, I'm doing lots of tests, but I know that it doesn't look like I've lost hair, but I've just like lost a lot of hair. I've gained a lot of weight just in my midsection. I have, a lot of issues, female issues, and it's all just like very complicated. I can tell from just the exhaustion that I've had where I can barely keep my eyes open, and I can see how tired I am on some of the videos. Sometimes I've been too tired before I do videos to even like put on makeup, and so many of you are like, you don't need that, but I know that when I actually put on foundation, when I actually try, I feel better about what I put out there. And that is a problem. It's something that, like, if I had a client sitting across from me or a friend or family member, I would really help them to realize that they don't need to do anymore or be anymore, to just be who they are and meet themselves with love and kindness where they're at. And it's so funny because it's like you can know it for other people and truly feel it, but when it comes to myself, it's harder to have the same type of grace. Not understanding like why I don't feel good doesn't help. I've been dealing with I thought I'd mentioned many videos ago that I'm like, oh, I got tech neck. Well, no, I have more of like the beginnings of a buffalo hump. If you don't know what that is, look it up. And I'm feeling really self-conscious about it, even though you can't see it right here, but it'll sometimes like my neck will swell or my face will swell. And then so like these lines across my neck, you don't see them. And so it looks good. And then once, the inflammation and things that calm down, it's like I start to see other things that I don't like. And someone asked me, when did you get buccal fat removal? Which is like when people take out, I think celebrities get it taken out like right here. And I definitely have not had that. This is natural. I think that the hormonal issues, when I look at the videos, I don't know. I think it's just because we can be hard on ourselves and critique ourselves. I'm frustrated that I'm even like have been more insecure than I ever really am right now. And when you don't feel like yourself, it's like you feel like you can't think clearly and be objective. And that's where I'm at right now. And I'm frustrated with it because this isn't how I want to be or who I want to be, because I don't want any of you all being hard on yourselves or critiquing yourselves, but I'm doing that. And it's a horrible spot to be in. It's like truly maddening to be inside your head critiquing yourself whenever like I don't know what's happening and I need to be gentle with myself. And it's also weird because I'll like have moments where I get really insecure and I'm like, well, then why am I doing this? Like, why am I putting myself out there? Like, I'm not a celebrity. I'm not raking in the dough. Like, this is not like if I feel bad about myself, then like, why am I doing it? But there is something in me that truly feels like there has to be somebody out there that I'm helping. And so that's why I want to do it. Even if it is me like rolling my eyes at Lana dating an older man, when I don't feel well. And then I read like someone's comment on the dealer video with Lana which was one of my like hardest videos to do and to put out, that one and then the Chloe one. Like there's specific ones that were very hard to do and to put out for anybody to watch. I don't know, this person was just saying like, you're so unprofessional. You're saying that addiction is just a choice, and I can't believe you're a therapist and you're putting that rhetoric out there. And I don't change how I feel. Like I completely stand by it. I wrote a book on it. Like I truly feel as if loved ones of addicts or people that deal with addiction are harmed in the process. And this person was saying, you know, it isn't a choice, it's a disease. I've never denied that it's a disease. I do think that it's a progressive disease, and that then doesn't take away choice. So like if you're diabetic, what you would do for that disease is you would take insulin when appropriate. They know they have to make the choice every day not to eat foods that are starchy or high in sugar or whatever they're supposed to avoid, just like someone who has a disease like alcoholism would make the choice not to drink. I am so sick of people making excuses for people that abuse substances and then harm other people or hurt other people. Like it's maddening to me. And saying that it's a choice does not negate the fact that it's disease. It's things like that when I know I have hormonal issues and then I read this stuff and it makes me so frustrated and angry. And I'm usually not that sensitive to this. And I know that like with anything good, there are going to be people that are going to try to knock it down, but it still isn't easy. Like I remember like I felt bad about something somebody said and people were giving me great encouragement. And then 2 days later when I was okay over it, I was like, why did I even post that and like show that like I had a moment, you know, but I am human. And I recently got an email from someone who was one of my members, so amazing, who was thanking me for being real as a therapist and showing my emotions. And I think that more therapists should be doing that, because we are human too. We are not better than, I have all the tools in the toolbox, but I still have all of my life experiences and things that I've inherited and circumstances and blind spots, all of it. And everyone is still a work in progress. I am a forever life learner. And I think that if you've ever think that you have it all figured out, that's when life lets you know that you don't. So all of this is to say that I am dealing with something, and instead of holding it in and not letting you all know, I want to let you in and share, because I think a lot of times, sometimes we don't always talk about body image stuff. And, you know, when I watch some, you know, one of reacting to Lana's songs, and people also get upset with like how I am about the older men. It's like, but a lot of you know my backstory, and I wish it wasn't the case that, you know, infidelity happening and being cheated on with a much younger woman like didn't affect me. I wish it didn't affect me and how I see myself. I don't compare myself to her, but I still have days where it just hurts me and I go down that rabbit hole of like, how was I not good enough? What did I not look a certain way, or what, you know, all of those things that truly don't matter. And what's been very therapeutic is the second book that I'm going to be, you know, it's right now just got signed an editor. And I talk about all of these things like infidelity and betrayal and, you know, mixed in with pulp culture things and just kind of how it can affect you and how you look at yourself and your self-esteem. And, you know, I'm trying my best to like take a lot of stuff in life that was hard and make it, to alchemize it, because I do believe that you can do that. And yeah, I just wanted to tell you all where I'm at and what I'm going through. So it's just hard. I've lived enough to know that whenever these things happen, I have to get curious, and instead of asking the universe, like, why is this happening to me from like a victim state, I have to get curious and be like, okay, what is it that I need to learn from this? What am I not seeing? Because the truth is that like whatever may come, I can handle it. And I wonder, like, what would it look like to be grateful for this experience? Do you know that with the whole addiction piece that I talked about, with the comment on the dealer and how there's that disagreement around choice and disease, which I'm not even disagreeing with, whatever. It's really, I do feel like it evokes that sacred rage in me, and that righteous anger that I have, that I'm like, justice, I want justice for the loved ones. And so I can't be grateful for that fire that I now have. I'm not going to resent it or be angry that I have this feeling now. I'm gonna try to embrace it. So I'm okay being the villain in somebody else's story. I'm okay with people not liking me and disagreeing with me, or it's actually helping me to be okay with that, because I can't say that I'm totally okay all the time with it. My hormonal issues that are making my body blow up and making me feel like really awful, I don't know yet, and that's okay too. But I know now that I've said this, I feel better. And I feel like it's really important to share our authentic experiences. And I think that that's what's been really beautiful about my channel, is that in the comment section, because of our love of music, you know, dissecting the lyrics and everything, we can come together in a lot of ways and share our experiences and things that we wouldn't normally say to other people, or if we're sitting in the room, because our society hasn't really set us up in a way where that's acceptable completely. And I get really bothered by Instagram and the lives that are portrayed on there, that I think that it's, and I think that, you know, I can even do that too, like want to lean into showing only the good. And so, yeah, behind the scenes, like I'm dealing with some stuff. While yes, I do love myself and how I look, it is hard when all those changes happen, and it's making editing very hard, but I'm going to push through it. Maybe the universe is teaching me that I can do hard things and I can push through it. I just stole that from Glennon Doyle. If you know, you know. Anyways, all right.